Hi, it's Jeff Ondash, and welcome to Out and About. Oh, wow, have we got a great interview for you today, because we are at Oh Wow in downtown Youngstown, and if you are looking for something for your kids to do, I got to tell you, not only your kids, but you're going to really enjoy this. You have to come down to Oh Wow in downtown Youngstown. I am here with Mr. Ralph. He's a fixture here. All the kids know him, and the parents do too, because you've been here quite a long time, and you know just about everything there is to know about Oh Wow. So let's talk a little bit about where this place come from. How did it start? What was the existence that began it all?
So, like every wonderful thing in the world, it starts with an idea. And the idea was bringing something science-related, STEM-based, and activity-related to the area that involved children, and getting our parents and children involved in downtown and the valley. So we had a local team of board members, grown-ups, architects, this and that decided that we needed to find a spot in Youngstown to bring science-based STEM activities to the area. Now this started down the street. We were down and located where the old post office used to be, and it was titled Children's Museum of the Valley. We literally are celebrating our 8th birthday in this spot here, which used to be the old McQuarrie's, 5 and Dime. So we've just grown. So it started with a teeny idea, and it's blossomed into, and I'm sure you've taken a trip around.
Yes.
I'm sure the word wildtastic has come up every once in a while. But if you notice, one of the things that we strive on, and you hit upon it, is not only the children being engaged with the exhibits, but the grown-ups as well. So engaging with your child, learning science, doing demonstrations, having fun. It's a lot of edutainment that goes on here at Oh Wow.
And the neat thing about it is they're learning science, and they don't even know they're learning science, because they're having so much fun with the activities that you've designed. They really don't even know that they're actually getting educated at the same time.
Right, it's like putting those broccoli spears and asparagus spears in some kind of food that tastes really good, but it's really healthy. So yeah, we're getting a lot of that here. I know we do a lot of outreach programming, out to schools in the valley, and extend our boundaries a little bit. So we're getting programming to the schools and supplementing the curricula that the schools are providing, science related. And then we do in-house programming as well. So you can bring your school, your children, your field trip, your grown-ups, you can come down and you can learn something science-based right here in the museum. And we piggyback off of the exhibits and utilize the museum as a whole to get those ideas and those thoughts and that whole supplemental educational piece, right in one.
So, Mr. Ralph, how long have you been here?
I'm working on, I believe, 6 years. It kind of goes so quickly, you start to forget things. I know when I started here, and it's a really neat story that a couple of us have here, where you kind of start from the ground up. You're cleaning the toilets, you're scrubbing the exhibits, you're getting here at the wee hours in the morning, to make sure that the museum is up and running, and then you're working the floor, and you're making sure you're cleaning up after everybody. Although, I was always told messiness is the sign of a genius, so sometimes we keep things messy around here. And then you just kind of get into that position where then you're instituting the programs and engaging with the public and talking with the community. And, I always enjoy speaking to somebody who's not been down to Oh Wow. We've been here 8 years. They're like, oh, we've lived here for 40 years. We didn't know anything about this place. So I enjoy talking to those folks as well and, spreading the word.
Now, how many individual stations, or I'll call them exhibits, are there for children to enjoy?
63 hands-on STEM-based activities here at the museum. Now, contrary to what one might think, that's not a lot. Compared to your larger museums. But where we make up for it is the engagement and the less is more attitude is. We don't provide a lot of things, but the 63 exhibits we do have, we have a lot of signage, we have a lot of facilitation, we engage with the public, we talk about the things, and we move slowly through those processes to get those ideas and those scientific ideas into the heads.
I'm assuming that when school groups come in, that's more of an organized situation, and you're in the mode where somebody like you, Mr. Ralph, is with the public and with that school. But let's talk about the people that are just bringing their children or their grandchildren down. Do they get somebody like you to help out, or are they more on their own, or a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both. I pride myself on not staying in the office very much. I like to be involved with the community, so a lot of the facilitation comes right on the floor. So you might have a grown-up look at a sign and go, you know what, I'm not really quite confident that I can describe the Bernoulli principle to my child. Well, that's where we step in. And we bring it to a level so that a grown-up or a child can understand that process and that concept and bridge that gap and then play on the exhibits. And like you said, they're learning and they don't even know it because they're having fun.
Having such a great time. Now, the hours of operation here, when can parents and grandparents bring their children down?
So we're open 7 days a week, 9 to 4 every day. We're open till 8 on Wednesdays. We're literally closed 7 days out of the year. That's it, the major holidays. So when a school closes or you have a snow day, we're open and we provide the entertainment and the educational piece that the schools don't have when they shut down. So 7 days out of the year, we're closed. Other than that, 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 9 to 8 on Wednesdays. We're open for parties. We have a little room called the Function Junction Room, and we can do birthday parties. We can do adult events. There's a lot of things coming up in the future. The Science of Brewing, which is an adult-only event where we close the doors and we house this whole entire museum as if it were a learning process for the grown-ups. And we're talking about the science of brewing, how to brew your beer, how wine's made, how we distill, right? So, and we do a lot of grown-up activities that are STEM-based and scientific related as well.
And you could become a year-long member here if you choose to, huh?
You could, and it's funny, it's not a lot. It's $24 for 1 year. It's $8 per visit. So you figure if you come 3 times, you've already bought your pass for the year. So it really amounts to a wonderful experience for all of the families. Every last Wednesday of the month is free Grandparents' Day. So the grandparents get in for free. Seniors get in for a discount. Veterans get in for a discount. Children under 2 get in for free. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. So anything that you need, any questions that, can't be answered, just phone up and say, hey, give us a call. I always enjoy meeting people, so I'd love to meet people right up and close and talk about what we have to offer. So
if I could give you any advice, is you need to be more enthusiastic.
Yeah, really.
That's it. That's just a little bit more.
I need more candy and coffee.
There you go. No, there's a lot of people out in our audience that take a look at something like that and go, man, this is a fantastic thing for our community. And they're a little, they like to help out with charitable causes. You can make donations here also to help perpetuate Oh Wow.
Correct. And donations can come in various forms. So we get a lot of donated materials. Because we're a nonprofit, we strive on utilizing recycled materials. We upcycle the materials. The donated materials come in the way of mounds and mounds of egg crates or mounds and mounds of unused containers. So we can utilize those things to then bring into our InspireWorks section, which is the Makerspace for children and grown-ups to make things out of. So we use everything. I think that philosophy of one man's trash is another man's treasure, we really strive to kind of bask in that. Or the donations can come in what we just recently received for our InspireWorks section from the Lalo family. They donated a plethora of sewing machines and sewing equipment and a quilt making machine. So now we can transition into mastering your craft and teaching the children how to sew and master their craft on a sewing machine or a quilting machine. All generously donated by a family who has just wanted to keep the memory of mom and dad alive. We have a wonderful area for the families to come back and enjoy the Lalos, their donation, all of the materials that were provided. And we're trying to get the littles involved in old school philosophy of bringing back the trades so they can work on a crayon lathe and do subtractive manufacturing. They can work with power tools. We can teach them what a ball peen hammer is, what a flathead screwdriver is, or a Phillips head screwdriver. And I get parents that say to me, Mr. Ralph, are you really going to allow my child to use a circular saw? And I'll say, absolutely. They need to learn little because those trades built this valley. And we want to.
And unfortunately, they've gone away to a lot of the kids.
Right. And I think that that's one thing that I'm very proud to say is my grandfather worked in the mills. My dad was a long-term guy at GM, 42 years. I mean, we're talking, there's a lot of history here, and it was built on the founding fathers and using these and critically thinking.
All righty. So, oh, wow. If you have not been down here, you've got to come back. And if you've been down here, like Mr. Ralph has said to us, things are constantly changing. Things are being added, like the sewing machines. They're going to help you learn the old school things like Bubba's and Grandma's used to do in helping us mend our clothing. So there's so much happening all the time. So if you've been down here 6 months ago, you want to come back again because there's something I guarantee you probably missed or didn't get enough time to have a good time with.
Hear it.
Yeah, you could hear all the kids having a good time. One of the things that I enjoyed is when you're upstairs is looking at the children, not so much the smiles on their faces, but looking at their eyes, looking at the exhibits, and you're seeing the engagement of what's going through their mind at that particular time. They're not just playing, they're learning at the same time, which is the most important part of it.
It never stops. And that's one of the things that I keep maintaining when I'm speaking to the grown-ups is even, if you're up in age, learning doesn't stop. Whether you're getting it or you're giving it to somebody else. I mean, it's just really, really neat to be involved in something. And it's really, really, I'm very proud to say that we've surrounded ourselves with some very wonderful people and businesses that help us and bring us up. And I just enjoy being a part of that family.
Michelangelo once said, "I never stop learning." And if somebody like Michelangelo could say something like that, I think that's true for all of us. So to close this edition up, you've got to come down to Oh Wow. If you've got some little ones, please bring them down. If they have not been here before, it's going to be one of the most wonderful exhibits they have seen. And it's right here in downtown Youngstown. It's 20 minutes away from everything. So please come down, enjoy the exhibit, see Mr. Ralph. He's going to teach you a lot of stuff. You're going to have a lot of fun. And even us oldsters, we can always learn those things that we forgot because we have a tendency to forget some things as we age. But this is a great place for everyone to enjoy. It's Oh Wow. Mr. Ralph, thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
You take care. You have a great day. You have a great month. And get down here to Oh Wow and really enjoy yourself. They're open 7 days a week. You're going to have a lot of fun. I guarantee it. And we'll see you again real soon on the next edition.